on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio.
Welcome to the program on this 3rd of July, everybody. It's going to be a interesting one because who knows if anybody's out there watching today, because most people are off work and having fun. They are. But we went ahead and did the program today. We're not going to be live tomorrow. We're taking the day off for the 4th of July tomorrow, but welcome to the broadcast today from the All Around Town Radio Studios in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio. If you're watching after we're live, leave us a comment if you will. We'd appreciate that very much. Let's see who's checking in with us. Glenn's out there on the YouTube channel. The first up, as always, Ray Renee in the house. How you doing, Ray? And Josh Morgan in the house. What's up, buddy? How you doing, Josh? Janice Davis, got to see her play over the weekend. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Oh, who else? Shane's here. Sup, Shane. Sup. And Douglas watching on YouTube, but it says Facebook. That's interesting. That's weird. But I'm glad you're watching on YouTube because that's the way it ought to be. Because it's much better on there. The sound's better. The view's better. But, we do what we can do. Welcome, guys, on this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful holiday weekend. Hopefully you've had a good one. We have been busy. I have been busy, I should say. Mrs. All Around Town is not in town. So, I've been busy all weekend long. Just going here, going there, checking out some live music and such. So thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Good to see you. I didn't get a chance to talk to you the other night, but good to see you. Had 3 stops on Saturday, so had to boogie-oogie on down the road. George Orr in the house. How are you, George? From Rockstar. Thank you. So it is July 3rd, guys, and I want to thank you all for the shares on Thursday's show. The Who's Playing Out show brought us 3.4 thousand views. We appreciate that a lot. And it's all because you shared it. Sharing is caring, as they say. Hi, Gary. We'll talk about you guys here in just a minute. Good to have you with us. And don't forget, you can follow us, guys, on all the socials, if you will. Follow us on the YouTube channel, and that is at All Around Town. In case anything ever happens to the Book of Face, we'll be live on YouTube. So if we ever can't get access on Facebook, and the way it's been lately with all the haters and people who report you, it can happen. So, and then Instagram, you can find our pictures there sometimes at All Around Town Radio on Instagram. So check those out, if you will. Want to remind you all that the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities they represent. Boom. Done. All right. No Hot Topic Tuesday tomorrow, but if you have an idea or something you'd like thrown in there on that, throw it at us in the DMs, if you will. And we'd love to hear your ideas for Hot Topic Tuesday. So July 3rd is National Compliment Your Mirror Day. So everybody go look in the mirror after the show and throw yourself a compliment. All right. Obviously, tomorrow's Independence Day. A lot of people be off work and such. Ray, I don't know. I can't see what that is in the comments there, but she is sharing some sort of link. Tell me what that is, Ray, if you will, so we can mention it here. Sean Cooper in the house from Milano's. How are you, buddy? He's on the YouTube channel as well. Oh, you might have just linked Chelsea in the Chain. Had to create a new Facebook page. There you go. Thank you for that. Now I see the comment. And for those of you that did receive your merch from 937 Inc., or shirts, I should say, our Support Local Music shirts, thank you for purchasing those. And we appreciate the support. We do. And wear them. And when you wear them, take a picture wherever you are in them and send it to us so we can feature it on our page. We're running a little contest here coming up. The end of July, we're going to do a vacation contest. So if you go on vacation and you take your shirt and take a picture in a distant location, the person who is the furthest away going to win some prizes. So that'll be fun. It will. Hi, Doug. Yeah, thank you, Doug, for that. Ordering the shirt. I got you, Ray. I didn't see it at first, but I got it now. I'm on it. Lee Dixon in the house. How you doing, my friend? Good to see Lee Dixon here. Jimmy, thank you for that. Happy 4th to you as well. So want to get started with our weekend review if I can. And we'll go follow that Chelsea in the Chain page. In fact, they're going to be on the show here in a few weeks. The release of Chelsea's single is going to be out, and you guys will get to hear that. Sean got his hat and shirt today. Awesome. John Barry, you have a great 4th as well. Enjoy yourself. You going to River's Edge tomorrow night to see the fireworks and Arena Rock show, John? Hi, Jordan Bodecker. How are you, buddy? Good to see you here. So, guys, thanks for dropping by on this holiday week. I know it's busy for everybody and all that. We're just going to run through our weekend in review. If you saw somebody play over the weekend, you want to throw it in the comments, we'll pop it up on the screen as well. Love to hear from you there, if you will, because we really didn't get a lot of comments back on our post that we posted earlier today about who'd you see play over the weekend and those kind of things. So if you've seen some great music, throw it in the comments. Hi, Wild Bill. How are you? Wild Bill Video in the house. Good to see you. I say that because I never can pronounce his last name right. So I don't know. Dankoff, I think. I don't know. And Shane got to see Mad Hatter and LA Guns Friday. Heard that was a great show at JD Legends. Heard it was good. So this week in music for us, I'm going to go back to Wednesday where I featured Name That Tune. I hosted that at Heather's on the patio, and we had 41 teams, over 350 players that night. Good times. We'll be back this Wednesday, so we're taking tomorrow off from Mr. Burroughs. No trivia there for the 4th of July, but we'll be back on the 5th at Heather's, so get your reservations in to Heather's on the 5th in the morning if you don't have a standing reservation already. It'll be a big one, 80 degrees, sunny weather. Hopefully, it'll be great on Wednesday. That's what they're calling for right now. We'll see if it changes. Had a lot of rain this weekend, though. Put a little wet touch on some of the outdoor stuff that went on. John says it'll be a great night at River's Edge. There you go. Thank you, Bill. I try, buddy, but the pronouncing of the names some days is tough. It's tough. It is. Hey, Cincy Local and Live. Thank you for dropping by. Good to see you. Who we got? Richard Keaton. Thank you for being here, Richard. Dropping in. Thank you so much. And Jim's birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday to you a day early, Jim, for sure. So, yeah, if you saw somebody play, guy, throw it in the comments if you saw him play over the weekend. We'd love to hear from you. I want to talk about I want to thank everybody at Heather's. Obviously, that's a family down there. We have a blast all summer long, every Wednesday. If you haven't been there, try to stop in and have some fun with us. We get a lot of musicians who stop in and play. It's fun to have them there. Thursday night, I got to stop and see Six String Hustle for a little bit. 7 West and Jason Roy, got to check them out for a few minutes at Mr. Burroughs Tavern, playing their blend of 90s country, which is awesome. Great voice on 7 West, good harmonies by Jason, guitar playing and such. They're just a dynamic duo, and a lot of fun in there, a lot of people there on Thursday night, and having fun with Six String Hustle. So if you haven't followed any of these people we're going to talk about's page, please do. I can't tell you how it's been so cool to see 7 West grow up. I've watched him since he was just a young pup, and he was nervous to be up on stage, now to an incredible performer. And it's great to see those guys out doing it. Six String Hustle, give them a follow. Thanks for the good music on a Thursday night. I was bouncing around. This is my eyesight screwed up, so I can't drive very far weekend. Okay, so I'm having some eye issues, as most of you know. So I am banging around. Hey, you're welcome, 7 West. Didn't know you were even on here, my friend, but good to see you. I appreciate you so much, too. You guys were smooth on Thursday, what I got to hear of it. I was there about an hour, and I got to check them out. And Mr. Burrow is always receptive to live music. People enjoy it there. And 7 and Jason, they make a good duo. They've been together for a while, but like I said, been watching 7 since he was a young pup, and he has grown into an incredible player, for sure, for sure. Hi, Carrie. Thank you for being here. And let's see who else. Jim Kilroy. So, like I said, I'm on the stay close to home plan here, as it is, or fairly close to home, and not driving late at night because that's when I can't see well. Went to Heather's after I saw Six String Hustle and checked out Pandora Project for a little bit. And I will say, there's Glenn, saw Ambrosia. Thank you for that. And you got to hang out with him. That's cool. That's cool, Glenn. And Kara, how you doing? Thank you. Steve Short in the house. Thank you. So it's not often I say anything negative about a band I see. But I'm going to tell you, I saw something take place, and I'm going to call out a little bit Pandora Project here, and I don't do it very often, but band's good. They're quality. They sound good. Lead singer, she's fantastic. All that. No musical issues at all. But the sound was so flippin' loud that everybody was leaving, and people are leaving the venue saying, the sound's too loud, sounds too loud, sounds too loud. Venue approaches band, says, got to turn it down. Do they turn it down? No. And that was that's sad, because you got to work with your venues, people. And just because the lady running the show that night was a young lady and may have been mistaken as just a bartender, which she is not. She manages the place. You should have listened to her, because you were running. It was so loud. I had to go in the little barn there at Heather's, and it was still so loud you couldn't have a conversation in the barn. So I'm just going to say that. Hate to be negative on a band, but you got to play your room, folks. And when it's slow, and it was slower that night because of the holiday and everything else, turn down. Everybody will enjoy your stuff. So there, I said it. Let the elephant in the room be brought forward. Let me talk about Friday for a minute. Our Friday, got to see some boys from the Homegrown Band out of Miamisburg. They kicked it off at Heather's on the patio. That started at 7 o'clock. That's when we were there. Got to hear him play Trouble by Travis Tritt, some original songs, which were really good. Nick Gore's got a good voice, man. He's a good singer. Feel Like Making Love, Bad Company, Little Feathered Indians. They're all over the place. Rocky Mountain Way, great guitar solos in that one, by the way, for a Homegrown Band. Come Together, just to name a few. So they're out of Miamisburg. They play a lot in the Miamisburg area and such, and they were on Heather's patio that night. And it was great to see Nick. He came over and said, hey, and always enjoy seeing some of the musicians that we get to feature on our show here on our Thursday who's playing out, and get a chance to say hi to them and such. Then I bumped up the road back up to Burroughs, and it was Blackwater Voodoo playing there. Never seen the band before. Bon Jovi, Bad Name, House of Pain, Jump Around, AC/DC, She Got the Jack, songs you don't normally hear. Tom Petty, American Girl. Gosh, they were playing a variety of stuff. And Blackwater Voodoo, a good band. Yeah, a lot of fun, heavy, a little heavier than you normally hear at Burroughs, but a great band and good vocalist, and really a fun time. And I got to give a big shout out there to Paul, the sound guy. I think that was his name, Paul, for Blackwater Voodoo. He was probably one of the best mixes I've ever heard in Burroughs. I'm going to say that. The mix was perfect. The level was perfect. He was struggling a little bit, I think, with some stage volume issues, which a lot of sound guys do, depending on whether the folks are playing through amps or playing through pedal boards. If you're playing through a pedal board, the sound man's got control over you, but sometimes with amps, it's tougher. And but he did a fantastic job. So Blackwater Voodoo, another band to put on your radar, if you will. And if you're out there, guys, make some comments. If you saw somebody play over the weekend, Kara, I know you did. Throw it in the comments. Let me know who you saw play and such. Chad Robinson, thank you for being here today. Jimmy Kilroy, thank you so much. Carrie, where are you shooting pictures, man? Anywhere this weekend besides fires? Such like that. So let's bump to Saturday real quick. And like I said, you guys are going to sound like a brokered record from where I went, but it's 5 minutes from my house. Understand most of them are that I'm talking about here, and it keeps me from having any bad issues driving. Let's talk about, because like I said, Mrs. Hall around town is gone, so my chauffeur is not there. And Saturday night, we got to see Drive at Heather's. If you haven't seen Drive, another great band, Jim's on here from Drive. And man, they had a great crowd. They brought a hell of a lot of people to Heather's, and you could tell it was the Drive crowd. I mean, it's people that knew their songs, knew them, and that's always great to see a band that has a good following like that and brings people to a venue. And this is traditionally in the venue business a slower weekend. People are having cookouts. You know, they're traveling, they're going out of town. Things, the bigger outdoor events take precedence, and those kind of things. So it's good to see a lot of people. Hi, Bill. Thanks for joining us. A lot of people drop in to follow a band, and that was fun to see with Drive. Now they play, classic rock tunes, really cool stuff. If you've never seen their guitarist, go to our page and look at the pictures I posted today. This guy's amazing. And Jim, throw his name in there if you will, your guitarist, if you're still out there. But I just want to say he plays minus one hand or one arm, basically. He's got a kind of a hook type device on it, and he slays the guitar, man. I've talked about him before, but this is just amazing to me. As good a player that he is. And the band itself, good vocals and great stuff, and really a fun time. Sat there with Heather and listened to him, and she was a big fan of him as the venue owner, a big fan that they brought people and such. Hi, Steve Short. Thank you, Chad Robinson. Good to see you. Who else we got? Bill got his All Around Town merch today. Thank you so much. Support local music shirts. We like those. Richard Keaton. Thank you, Jim. I always forget his name, and I don't know why. It's just my old age. But, man, did he slay that guitar. The whole band is fantastic. Drive is. From the keyboards. It's good. Now, another guy that was running sound that night for them did a great job, and he had the good mix going out there. It's tough in Heather's to not be too loud, especially if you've got guitar players that are playing through amps. And everybody that's a guitar player loves to turn those amps up full blast and those kind of things. That can be tough under that tent because the sound just travels right through the people's ears there, and it's a little tough. And he did a good job of mixing them down as well. And we had a great time with Drive at Heather's. And then moved on down the road. I ran down to Froggy's in Monroe. Now, I got there and got out before it got dark, so I could still see what I was doing. And they had the Sideshow band there. Anthony Taylor on sound. Thank you, Jim. And I didn't see what you said. Josh Morgan said Sweet Sister Mercy at the Monkey Bar. Billy Rock Band in Newport. Yeah, Sweet Sister Mercy on Friday night, I heard was a fantastic show. In fact, Bill messaged me. Bill Aldred messaged me, and he said they were just killing it down there at the Monkey Bar. I wish I could have gotten down for that show. I love those guys. But let me talk about the Sideshow band for a minute. 3-piece band, first time at Froggy's, and got a couple invites from the band. And, hey, come out and hear us play. And I thought, I'll run down there and check them out for a little bit. And I did. And, again, at the mercy of – normally Froggy's has a full house. And they did Friday night, but Saturday – a little bit slower because of what all, everything going on, all the crap. People were avoiding anywhere around Cincinnati this weekend for some reason. I wonder if that had to do with Taylor Swift or traffic or any of that. But it was fun to hear the Sideshow band. Interesting stuff. They did some great songs. Did Black Velvet, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, Rock Steady. Here for the Party, Should I Stay or Should I Go? Just to name a few. I Thank You by ZZ Top. One thing I loved, they did Greg Kihn, the breakup song. Don't hear that very often out. Love to hear that. Her Strut and Billy Joel, You May Be Right. So some good stuff there coming out of the Sideshow band. They're a relatively new band. If you guys want to give them a like, and they're new to the show here, definitely. And if you want to give them a like on their page, that's Sideshow band, because we've had a Side Piece on. They've been on with us on a Wednesday with the band and such. So give them a shout out. But thank you to Bill, Janice. You guys were awesome, by the way. Thank you so much for the invites. And hopefully we had a fun time there sitting listening to you. I bugged out again to go to another show, and we'll talk about that here in just a moment. But let's see what Jim Kilroy said. He saw Jamie Combs at Trillions last night. Jordan Wood at the Hangar. There we go. Yeah, Jordan, Stacy quit sending me his gigs, so I don't know wherever he's playing. Stacy used to send them to me all the time. Going to see the Michelle Robinson band at the fireworks show tonight. Good for you, Jim. That'll be fun. Thank you for that. And I want to thank Bill and Janice, like I said, from Side Show Band for having us there. Good 3-piece band, guys. And go check out the shoes. You'll know. Just look at the pictures on our page. You'll see the shoes. Cool shoes. Yes. Cool shoes. And Shane says, thanks for the sound guy. It is a rough job and absolutely thankless job. I always say the sound guy is you're a zero or a hero, one or the other. You either make them sound good or everybody blames everything on you. There's no in between for being a sound engineer. And there's some great ones in this town that we know. And I'm always impressed. I always go up and make it a point if the mix is good and tell them that, because I think sound people don't get enough recognition. They work really hard. They're there before the band. They're there after the band. And if you load it out on Saturday night anywhere near Springboro, you know what I'm talking about, because it absolutely monsooned about midnight. So as they were loading out, everything was not good. Let's see. Janice got to say here. All right. Thank you, Janice. And I enjoyed coming out to see you. Janice banging on those drums and singing too. That's a hard job to do, singing and drumming at the same time. It really, truly is. So let me hit up our final one Saturday night. Was Crying Out Loud. Know these guys really well. Have a lot of fun with them every time we go see them. They were at Mr. Burroughs. Absolutely elbow to elbow packed house. Crazy busy in Mr. Burroughs. You're welcome. Very welcome, Gary. Thank you. And I will say Crying Out Loud is a fun band. And, you know, they've recently had a lead singer change. And this is a band with 3 lead singers, by the way, up front that don't normally play instruments. And then you've got Dave on bass. You've got Dirk on bass, Dave on guitar, brain freeze there. Niles on drums that round it out. And it's a fantastic band. And Crying Out Loud's playing a lot, and went in to actually drop a shirt off to Dirk that he had ordered from me. And I gave him a shirt that night, and he handed me a book he's been reading about the bands on the Sunset Strip back in the 80s. So we traded off a little bit, but Crying Out Loud, great harmonies, heavier. And when I say heavy, just more into your popular rock songs and popular 80s rock and those kind of things. A lot of, some Pat Benatar music in there, the females doing those kind of things. Stephanie Sutherland doing a great job as well. Got to see Billy. And again, another sound win there for sure. Definitely, Chad, a sound win that night for sure. So great job with Crying Out Loud. I did not take the time to write down all their songs. I've seen them so many times, but just let me tell you, you will never be disappointed to go to a Crying Out Loud show. And they had Mr. Burroughs hopping right till the very end that night. And they were ones that probably loaded out in the rain. I beat the rain home by just a few minutes. And it was a tough evening, but shout out to them. Go see them. 2 females, John Norcus up front as well. And great band. They are. So check them out. Crying Out Loud was our Saturday night finale. And there's Bill's lineup. Thank you for that, Bill. Oh, you saw the Angela Combs band. Good. I want to get out and see them soon. For sure. I've heard good things there. For sure. So let's end up my weekend so far. Haven't finished yet. But Sunday, the Hanky Panks at Mr. Burroughs. Sunday Fun Day, 2 to 5 in the afternoon. Got to see my friend Nick Wheeler from Truck. My friend Hollywood from Hamilton's Urban Backyard called The Hub. Sat there and listened to the Hanky Panks and their fun antics. They are an incredibly fun band. The guys know how to put on a show. And we had a wonderful time. And one thing I admire about them, in their second set, they take requests. And, it's almost like stump the band request. And these guys pull it off. They're great musicians, fun entertainers, superior harmonies. I'm telling you, I had people sitting there that hadn't seen them before behind us. And we were talking and they were like, man, these guys can sing. Kevin Cooper was on his game. Now, I did notice Kevin Cooper, if you're still out there, Kevin, a little raspy. You must have played a lot this week. He was sounding a little gravelly there a couple times on a couple of the songs, but nothing that anyone that didn't know Kevin Cooper would ever notice. And always right on pitch. Brian, an absolute great front man, fun, enjoyable to watch. It's an unreal set list those guys have, from Flo Rida to Michael McDonald and more. You'll hear it with the Hanky Panks. And that was a fun afternoon. Got a chance to spend a couple hours with them and some good friends there at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. Had one of their world famous award-winning Bloody Marys that day. It was good. And Sean said, love crying out loud. Packed. Couldn't even find parking. Yes. Were you there? I was there. I didn't see you. That's how crowded it was. But yeah, man, crying out loud. Great band. And follow all these folks' schedules, if you will. And certainly, Sideshow, go like their page and let's get their page built up some more so people know what they're doing. That'd be good because they're new to our show. We've had a lot of these others on quite a bit, but never hurts to hit that old like button for a page and all that. I want to remind you we are canceling Mr. Burroughs Trivia tomorrow night due to the holiday and the fireworks show there in Springboro. I will be back on Wednesday at noon with Wednesday with the Band. And I want to remind you of this because Steve Krakus will be here, who's just recently joined DV8. He's going to join me on Wednesday with the Band, talk about the changes that he's had go on in his life with from the Mad Hatter camp to the DV8 camp and such. So we'll be chatting that up on Wednesday at noon. And then Wednesday night, you can find us at Heather's on the patio with Name That Tune Trivia. Hey, Banks, how are you? Thanks for being here. What else has Bill got to say? Anybody else see anybody good over the weekend you want to write in there? It says Scotty Bratcher Band tonight, Smith Park in Middletown with the fireworks show. Yeah, it'll be a beautiful night for that. It will. It will. Enjoy that, Mr. Bill. I hope you do. Guys, thank you for tuning in today. I know it's a weird day to do this and a lot of people off and enjoying family and such. So if you're watching after we're live, please drop us a comment, hit that like button, share button, whatever you want to do. And Jim Kilroy says all of Kevin Cooper's bands rock. Yeah, they do. Kevin Cooper's got a great thing going there with Eyes Up Here. He's got the Hanky Panks. He's got Kevin Cooper solo and, of course, hosting the Bell and the Bear Jam every Thursday. He's a rock star. He really is. Well, that's all I got, guys. So thank you so much. Again, you'll miss Karis and I tomorrow. Well, you won't. You'll be having picnics and those kind of things. But, I'll miss Karis tomorrow and her humor. But she'll be back next week here live on the show. Don't forget, coming up soon, the Bell and the Bears anniversary party with Vixen coming up on the 14th. That's Friday, guys. Make sure you join us for that. I'll be there on that night. And we'd love to see you there for that one for sure. So thanks for watching today, guys. We're going to dump on out of here. Let me see if I've got any songs to leave with. Do I? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Who's this? This is Matt Matheny. Yeah, there we go. We'll leave with Matt Matheny. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I'm Scott, your host here at All Around Town Radio. For as long as I'm alive, I'll be here. Thanks, guys. Happy Independence Day.
Sometimes life ain't what it seems. Your happy home ain't so happy to me. I can't keep on going this way. It's taking its toll on us every day. And one of these days I'm gonna wake up without you. And one of these days I'm gonna break your heart in two. You can smile and laugh like it's alright. When you're alone, all you do is cry. One of these days will be alright. It's been some time since I felt this way. I can't keep on going this way. There is nothing that I can do. I can't keep on not loving you. And one of these days I'm smile and laugh like it's alright. When you're alone, all you do is cry. One of these days, I'll say goodbye. I'll say goodbye. One of these days I'm gonna wake up without you. And one of these days I'm gonna break your heart in two. You can smile and laugh like it's alright. When you're alone, all you do is cry. One of these days will be alright.